Hi, I'm Felicia.
And I'm Ryan.
And this is Imzadi Podcast.
We're doing Flux! Fluxy Flux, part 5.
Yeah, we're almost done.
Survivors of the Flux.
That's how I'm feeling after. No, this episode was good.
Was it good? You sure?
I
think it was good. I liked it.
It wasn't bad. I mean, there were obvious issues that we're gonna get into.
Yeah.
I feel like it wouldn't be a review if we didn't do that.
It wouldn't, no. It would just be us. It would just be praise that would be empty.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't have the caveats there that are necessary for a true critical evaluation of art. And at the end of the day, that is what this is. And it is also art unto itself, I guess. Maybe. Probably not. Anyway, we should do the plot summary.
Yeah, we can do that if you want.
Okay, so there's like 3 plot threads in this one, I think. Could be wrong about that. But there's, Dan, Yaz, and Professor Jericho.
Yes.
Yeah, the twin dilemma dude. They are in, they're in 1903, and they're 3 or 4?
4.
1904, and they're globe-trotting around trying to find out when the invasion or threat is going to happen.
The end of the world.
The end of all things, yes.
Yes.
And they are doing they're doing kind of like an Indiana Jones homage thing, which I thought was kind of cute. But we'll go into more detail on that obviously later. The other plot thread was Vinder chasing down the swarm and Azure and cocking that up quite royally.
Yeah.
I say so myself.
I know.
Spoilers, by the way.
Yeah.
Spoilers for all of this. You know how this goes if you listen to the rest of it. All of it is spoilers, because that's how we roll here. Then the main plot thread, the important one, is the Doctor being taken by the Weeping Angels into division.
Yes.
And that's all very exciting.
Ooh.
So, I think we should talk about it in order of how interesting the plots are.
Oh my god.
So let's talk about Vinder first.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
All
he
right.
just runs in. We see him find the swarm and Azure thing. They do the same thing they've done every other time we've seen them, which is, kill the peoples with the dust thing. Because, it was really cool in Infinity War, so just if you do it a bunch of times, that's even gooder.
The dusting.
The dusting. Yeah.
Beware the dusting.
Beware the dusting. So, what are your thoughts on this?
On the dusting?
On the dusting.
Well, I do enjoy the, Belle and Vinder kind of, missing each other.
Me too, actually. It's really grown on me.
But that would imply that he's a couple seconds behind her, at least.
He's, almost run into her, a couple times now. And
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you've done that the exact amount of times you're allowed to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We need to actually see some resolution. I thought that was going to
We're going to have to. We only have one left.
I know.
They're going to have to meet or something. I don't know. We're going to have to wait until the special.
Well, actually, that brings us to the other plot thread that I forgot to mention before.
Okay.
Which is also in this order of interesting.
Yes.
I thought it was lame, the Vinder plot line in this one. I thought it was the weakest part of the episode.
I mean, I think the Belle and Vinder part is the weakest part anyway, because the B plot, it's just there.
I think it's weak because it doesn't get enough focus. I think what this needed was to be a whole season, and for the Belle story thing to be a Dr. Light episode of its own.
Yeah.
I think if it had been like that, it would have been a lot better.
I know, speaking of that, I don't like the fact that they're kind of, throwing in these scenes into, the episodes, too, because they did that in the last episode. I don't know if we covered that or not.
Probably.
But, I mean, the credits started to roll, and then all of a sudden, we're back. And it's Vinder.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's just, it feels like an afterthought. Everything about Belle and Vinder feel like an afterthought. And I know we're gonna figure out why it's there, but right now I'm just like, why is it here?
Here's the thing. If they're not... You know the prevailing theory, if as you know, which is our favourite dialogue trick of all time.
Yeah.
As you know, the prevailing fan theory right now is that Belle and Binder are the Doctor's real biological parents. If it's not that, then what was the point of that entire, like, time vacuum?
I'm not sure. Obviously, the baby has to be someone important.
I know.
And I think we had a conversation about, I think the thing is called Tigme, and you had said that there were 2 hearts on the monitor. And I'm wondering if there's one baby in there or if there are 2.
Here's the thing that I was thinking about, right? Okay, so if you take Tigme, you take the letters of Tigme, and you take a few of them out, and then you add in a few new ones, it spells master. So that's the theory that I'm going with. I think that the master is actually who they're going to end up being the parents of.
That'd be crazy.
That would be crazy. It's not going to happen. That was just me being, like, stupid. But go on.
Yeah.
Go on, dive bomb this. Go for it.
No, I'm not gonna dive bomb anything. I'm just...
No, I'm talking about the show itself.
Oh.
If they made it just an origin story to the Master that was totally adjacent to everything else that happened in this. Because at least if they make it the Doctor, then everything links up in quite, like, a neat way.
Yeah.
And it would have all kind of been worth it. And I think that everything that did happen would have been better for it. I mean, I'm fundamentally opposed to the Doctor having a solid backstory at all. But if you're going to do it, like, I guess do it right. And this isn't doing it right, but, I mean, if we're on that train, then I don't want it to crash.
If you look at it through the lens of just, like, a love story, people trying to get back together, it is a nice idea.
Then we don't get any time with them together in a state of grace, so we don't have any reason to really get attached to it, which is what we really needed.
I know, we don't even get any flashbacks to anything, like any part of their relationship, like, and we're just fed that we're, like, they love each other and it's this solid relationship when we don't even know how long they've been together. We don't even know really who they are. Like, where was she stationed? You know what I mean? Like, what was up with her in her military career?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just something that's kind of, like, shoved down our throat at this point.
It feels like they cut half a romantic comedy and just, like, spliced it in.
Yeah, I know.
It's weird. It's, like, really weird. It's like the English Patient of Doctor Who. I'm going to look at my thing now. This is the wrong set of notes for the wrong episode. Because it says the garage door in Blink on this note, which is totally not relevant to this. Let's get my actual notes up.
I actually wanted to make a point, going back to the beginning of the episode.
Yeah. When
we are introduced to Yaz, Dan, and Jericho.
Yeah, we're covering
treasure hunting.
We're covering the treasure hunting plot now because that's the second most interesting plot thread.
Yeah.
We're really knocking these down like 9 pins. Go for it.
So it's 3 years later, right? And they're just traveling all together. I just want to know where did they put the kid? Where has the child gone? Did they just leave her in the village and they were just like, well, there's food in all these houses.
Good luck.
Like, I mean, no one's in them anymore. Good luck repopulating.
Repopulating?
Yes. Good luck repopulating.
Good luck repopulating the village for you to get taken away again. See, what's especially weird to me is, like, if they know that without any intervention, she's going to end up like an old lady, then they should intervene. I
know. Like, the only other option would be to bring her to, like, like an orphanage or like a, I don't know, like a.
Yeah,
I just imagine her like little orphan Annie, like in a poorhouse or something. Like,
I know. Let's hand this kid off to a 1901 orphanage.
I know. I know she. Maybe she could have went with them. She could have went with them. She was a competent little kid.
You know
Maybe
what?
She wouldn't have turned out so like
honestly
old.
it would have fed into like the Indiana Jones tribute thing quite nicely, because in one of the movies he does have an annoying kid sidekick.
Oh, okay.
I know you haven't seen them, but like,
no, I haven't.
They're drawing very heavily from that in this. You wanted to talk about the montage, I believe.
Yeah, before that, I just wanted to talk about the rope bit.
The
pulley system.
The ropey rope bit, yes.
Yeah, the fact that the joke needed to be explained to us. Thank you, Chibnall. Thank you so much.
Yeah, but explaining the joke makes it funnier, don't you know that?
Like, sometimes the comedy is, like, such a detriment to the story.
It's like Marvel movie syndrome.
It's like, we know that there's a comedian on cast. Thank you. Once again, thank you, Chibnall.
Gonna walk right out of here!
Yeah. Thank you for spelling all of this, because I clearly wouldn't have gotten this on my own with my tiny fucking brain.
Yeah.
I'm very angry with him. I'm quite cross, as you would say.
Quite, as I do say that, actually. Yeah.
So
that's how I write characters. I just have them walk into a room and go, "I'm cross, Doctor."
Yeah.
And then we go, like that's how you got to really do it.
How does that make you feel?
How does that make you feel? Yeah, you got to stop. Angry. Jeez Louise. Okay, the montage.
Yes.
What did you write as your note for the montage, babe? Because I'm really curious.
So I just wrote montage ... fuck in capital letters.
Yeah, okay, so what's wrong with the montage? Because I thought there was stuff wrong with the montage, but I want to know what you think first.
So, it's just them looking really concerned, throwing things around, like, and it's just one, like, shot, too, and they make it look like they've been traveling all this way, and it's literally just them in one shot, being angry.
Do you know what my thing was with it?
What?
I couldn't help but think about John Bishop going, "I'm not Bradley Walsh."
Yeah. I know.
That was what was for some reason going through my head. Oh yeah, the unit thing too. Oh my god, there were tons of subplots in this.
Oh yeah, you forgot about the unit.
That one was actually really interesting, so I want to talk about that.
Yeah, we will.
Okay.
We're talking about chill. We're talking about things.
Okay.
We'll get there.
I'm excited to talk about that.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk about Unit as well.
Yeah. Absolute Unit.
Big old Who fan here. Pertwee is my favorite. I'm gonna say that I'm really disappointed that Pertwee didn't show up when the Grand Serpent was just like, "Call a doctor, man." It's like you got some guy in like a really poofy white wig come in, like the cape.
I know, how great would it have been if that subplot had just been cut off by Sean Pertwee walking in and going, "Hi!"
Yeah. It's the greatest.
Take that, you serpentine bastard.
I love the recreations. I love how I said we were still talking about Dan and Yaz, and I
but this is more interesting though. Let's talk about Unit for a second.
Yeah, we will. Let's do it.
Okay, let's talk about Unit.
I enjoy the recreations of Unit, like the wall panel with how to tell whether someone's human or not.
Oh yeah,
and all that. Like that looks so good. And his uniform with like that old Unit patch on the side.
I know, it was
like,
very nice.
Oh, swish. I loved it. And I mean, I love that actor too. The guy from Toast.
I don't know what his name is.
Yeah, I don't know his name.
He plays Toast's roommate in Toast to London, and he's great.
Yeah, he's great in it.
He's wonderful. He always like...
He's funny.
He always like shimmers.
Yeah.
There's just something about him.
I know, he's got such a like energy about him.
He's so ebullient.
Like, he makes me smile when he's on screen.
Yeah, he's
like,
great.
He's
great.
infectious.
I think it's interesting that, it seems like it's kind of been misinterpreted a lot. I've seen in receptions of, like, how the time travel mechanics work in the unit scenes.
Yeah.
Because, there's an idea that I've seen floating around that this can't work because, like, oh, well, why is the Brigadier a corporal unit when he can't possibly be based on, like, Classic Who?
Yeah.
That can't work, right? Why do they just have a spare TARDIS when, like, Free was kicking about, right?
Yeah, I know it.
Here's the thing, though. The Grand Serpent is, like, ruining the timeline in this instance, and this instance is happening now. Like, you've got history, you've got, like, the tapestry of time that's going, like, back and forth, but then you've got, like, the timeline of the characters in the story. And the timeline of the characters in the story that we're seeing as viewers of Doctor Who, the TV program, right? In the Doctor Who show, the Doctor Who people, right? They're moving along their timeline, and every time something happens, it pivots history.
Yeah.
Like, the main timeline. And what we're seeing right now is someone using that as, like, a weapon. So, the fact that the Brigadier is, like, a corporal in this is now makes sense because he has, like, undermined him to make sure that when the Third Doctor shows up, he's not going to be there to help.
Yeah.
It's like that kind of thing. Like, he's polluting the timeline, basically.
We have seen, like, a multi-dimension thing with Pertwee, too.
Yes, we have. That's true.
Yeah.
That's very true. And this is another thing that I thought was quite interesting about, like, this plotline. I'm sorry, my mind just went completely blank there for a second.
Oh, okay.
I think there was a silent in the room.
Oh, no.
Like, literally, the thought was right there on the tip of my tongue, and it just dropped completely out of my head.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's completely okay. Yeah, I was talking about time travel mechanics in the scene.
Okay.
I was talking about time travel.
I knew you'd get it.
Okay.
We all knew you'd get it.
Alright, so, the unit dating controversy. For those who don't know about the unit dating controversy, basically, the John Pertwee era of Doctor Who, does it take place in the 70s or the 80s? Yeah, I know, right? She just looked at me and went like, "Whoa!" Like,
yeah, that was the silence.
Yeah, that was the silence. So here's the thing, right? With this actually explains that dating controversy because now we know that timeline will be messed around with by the Grand Serpent.
Yes.
So all of those little things now, there's like actually a cannon plaster for all of them, and I kind of think that that's pretty cool. And even though it's got that same wretched, like, over-explanatory dialogue that we all hate, it's a good scene.
Yeah.
With that aside, like, it was good. It was well played. All of those scenes were cool.
I like the Grand Serpent. I wish his dialogue was less camp.
I think that he should be more camp. I love him.
Well, I guess if he was more camp, like, I would accept it. It's just like he's middling. He's not...
Yeah.
He's not doing it one way or the other. Like, it doesn't feel right, like, the way either the dialogue is written or how he is performing it.
My thing with the camp stuff is that if you look at the Chibnall era as a whole, the characters that they tend to make, like, really, really high camp, some of them are, like, the most popular characters in the show.
Yeah.
The examples I would forth, the two main ones that spring to mind would be the King James character from Alan Cumming, who was great.
Yes.
And Trump Man.
Yeah. He was good too.
Both extremely, like, campy characters who honestly wouldn't be out of place in, like, a Tom Baker story. And, like, in terms of good camp characters, that's my gauge. Is, like, can I see them being written by, like, Robert Holmes?
Okay.
I feel like that's like my general, like, meter in my head, and I definitely feel like those two characters could. And the Grand Serpent really feels like an old Who villain in a lot of ways. Like, he carries himself like one.
One of the issues I think I have with the dialogue, thinking about it, is he likes to talk to dead people a lot. Like, he delivers his dialogue after he's killed someone.
I always find that weird when people do that.
And it's just like, don't you want someone to hear you?
Like I
is
get
that the thing?
I get when it's like a quip, but if it's like any longer than one line of dialogue, it's weird.
No,
like,
yeah, he's like explaining himself. Like he's telling, like that. Oh my god, this is another thing. Is like we're getting told what to think in this episode, and I'll give you another. I'll give you another example.
Do it.
So
fill my ear holes.
When Belle is coming up to the monolith, she says, "Huge monolith doesn't look foreboding at all." It's literally telling you,
how to feel.
This is a monolith and it's foreboding.
Yeah.
Now you should be afraid of it. What's on there? Oh no.
It's a ghost!
Yeah, it's a ghost.
Oh no!
The dude from the tunnels who slaps you. Look out.
I like the payoff for the Joseph Williamson thing in this, actually, when you mentioned the mad mole.
Yeah, I love the Nightmare Before Christmas doors.
I do too. You know, it made me think of Crash Bandicoot 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was like the hub world in Crash Bandicoot 3 is. But no, honestly, like, that was very well done. That guy is a delight.
No, yeah, I love him so much. I loved him in Sherlock. So I expected nothing less.
Oh my god, I have to tell you this. This entire time, I thought it was him, but I didn't know if it was him because the makeup was so heavy.
God.
And like, I didn't want to mention it because I didn't want to look like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, it is him.
Thank God.
I'm pretty sure.
Thank God.
I mean, now I'm gonna look like the little booby.
The little booby. You're gonna look like you picked a whole bouquet of oopsie daisies if it turns out that you're wrong too.
Picked a whole bouquet.
I know. It turns out. It turns out that it's actually David Tennant under heavy makeup, and he sneaked it in the whole time.
No, it's the master.
Yeah, if you take Joseph Williamson,
oh
right,
my God.
and you take out some of the letters and you put some different ones in, it spells master. Alright, what's next?
So before, oh, man, okay, yeah, before we get into Tecteun, because I know
Tecteun, yes,
you have some things that you want to say about her, so I feel like
I do, yes.
But before that,
okay,
I just want to say that I feel like Kate Stewart really stole this episode.
Oh, she was fantastic.
Yeah, I just want a big shout out. You know.
She's so good.
Big heart.
I love that she was the one that was just like, nah, I know what you're doing, fuck you.
I know. And he was just like, you need to calm down. And she was just like, oh no. Like,
she has far too much tea to calm down.
Yeah.
You can't calm down when you have that much tea to get to.
I'm in turbo.
Right, okay. See, I was right. You can't help it. You can't help but think that. Okay, this is what I was saying before this when we were just watching it, right? You know when Kate Stewart, the bamf that she is, right? She goes, and I'm not going to hesitate to call it a favour from someone you really wouldn't want to mess with.
Yeah.
All I could think was 12.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I think about, like, the fact that we came off a Doctor that actually was the oncoming storm and actually was, like, scary and lives up to all of this. And, like, we haven't seen 13 interact with Kate Stewart yet, I don't think.
I'm actually not sure.
I don't remember.
Oh my god, that's bad.
No, I actually don't think she has.
Okay.
I actually don't think she has, and here's the thing. Here's the thing. If it was 12 or, like, 11...
Yeah.
In this scenario, like the Flux,
yeah,
it would already be over.
Yeah, I know.
Over.
Everyone would be dead.
Alright, so, yeah, alright, just for real, Swarm and Azure, gone. The moment they show up, just Audi 5000, done, right?
Yeah.
Sontarans, probably wrapped up in half an episode. Like, he would get to Tecteun by episode 3, and then he would just slap her and walk away. And then that would be it.
Yeah.
That would be it. He would probably give like a really like big monologue, and then the Flux would just run away.
Yeah.
And go bother some other universe. And then he would put the sunglasses on and play a guitar solo on top of the TARDIS. And that will be it.
So I'm actually looking at my notes. I know I said one more thing and then we were gonna talk about Tecteun, but I want to go back for a moment in time and talk about the doorways again.
Okay. I'm sorry about that little fucking tangent that I went on there. Couldn't stop myself.
Doorway 9.
I missed 12 so goddamn much. Yes.
Doorway 9 is a death door.
Yes.
Don't go in there.
Don't go inside number 9.
It's death. Oh, you person.
Hey, references to things that are fun. Way better than this, I tell you what.
Oh
Watch Inside Number 9.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Inside Number 9, then you are doing yourself a disservice. Watch Inside Number 9. It's amazing. Carry on.
My point is we're gonna see what's on the other side of number 9. So
obviously, it's like a classic like trope. But you you establish a rule. You say do not do the thing, and then in like the nth moment when things are at their worst, you either have to do the thing to solve the crisis, or you get forced into the thing by the threat that's behind you.
I'm not sure why it's called Doorway 9, but for me, I'm just gonna say it's because that's when New Who started. It's like started with 9. So
he just
9.
walks out and goes anti-plastic.
Yeah, because RTD's coming back, so it's just like gonna loop back around. So
yeah,
he's doing a dig right now.
The 14th Doctor is just going to be David Tennant, but he's wearing a purple suit this time.
Yeah. One of those, like, little mustaches with, like, the glasses.
He's going to play it completely differently. Totally differently. You'll love it all over again, I swear. Okay, what's next?
Tecteun. Go for it.
Tecteun. Okay, I get to talk about Tecteun now.
Yeah, go on your thing.
My journey.
Yeah.
My journey through Tecteun. Okay, so Tecteun I thought was like really good in this. For starters, I don't know who the actor was, but they were amazing. I think I've seen them in other stuff. They were probably really good in that.
Shout out to her.
Really, really good. Really elevated some very clunky dialogue. Okay, I'm not going to defend the dialogue in the scene. Some of it was like really, really bad. Yeah. But the actual interplay between the two actors was fabulous. Jodie was really good confronting her too. Really, really good. I tell you what, she's been putting in some like banger performances this season.
Yeah.
I really think that her Doctor, like, I believe it now. I think it's actually come together for me, personally.
I mean, it's too late though.
I don't care.
You know.
I know who she is. Now I know, like, we got that time gap. Yeah. I think sometimes it's like that. Like, alright, so my least favourite Doctor from, like, the classic series is the 5th Doctor. And I think they didn't really get their groove going until, like, their final episode. And, Peter Davidson agrees with me.
Oh, okay.
And I feel like he would know.
Alright.
So, I feel like it's really interesting because of how similar Jodie's run has been to Five's. In so many ways that have been covered by so many other people, so we're not going to get into it here. But she's very similar to Five, and it's interesting to me that she has also like not found her way with the role until close to the end of her run. But I like what she's doing right now, and right now is all I care about.
Let's go back to
with Tecteun though, the point I'm going to make is that I think, and this is probably going to be an unpopular opinion.
Alright,
it's probably going to be popular with like half the fandom, and unpopular with like the other half of the fandom, right?
Ready yourselves?
I thought this was a really good payoff to the Timeless Child thing. I thought that this really, really like landed that, and I'll tell you for why.
Alright.
Because this actively worked against and addressed a lot of the problems with the Timeless Child theory. It like, and this is why, okay? You know the idea of the Doctor being like a chosen one?
Yeah.
She's not anymore. She's just some person that was picked up. She was now. She's just some kid who was exploited and abused.
Yeah, I guess.
I like that.
I don't know.
Way
I don't
more.
know if that's better. I'm not sure.
I think it's better than them being like Luke Skywalker. Because you know why? I'll tell you why. Because
Tell me for why.
I'll tell you for why. The reason for why is because you don't want to make the Doctor too big. You don't want to make the Doctor bigger than the rest of the universe, because the Doctor is fundamentally like a nomadic trickster clown hero archetype.
I mean, making her the timeless child is making her, like, huge.
Yeah, but then
she's, like, the start of a civilization, basically.
yeah, that's fair enough, and that's still a problem. But what I'm saying is that angling in on the idea that the only reason why that happened is because she was a successful experiment and not because of anything that's to do with her being special. Like, she's just a weird member of a species that that the Time Lords reverse engineered stuff from. She's like a Roswell crash.
Yeah, well, yeah, I get that.
You know, like where we got transistors from.
I don't feel like, and I don't think that's a good enough explanation either, because it's still not telling us where she's from.
I'm not saying I don't want to know where she's from.
I mean, you're gonna probably have to find out.
I hope not.
I don't know.
All right,
the whole wormhole
no,
thing.
please don't answer anything else, Chris Chibnall, because this as it is right now, and then the memories she gets back of being Joe Martin through like the chameleon arch thing, that's going to be enough.
We saw the coming attractions. We know that the watch gets open.
And I'm saying that's enough. We don't need any information about anything beyond that. Okay? But the thing with Tecteun is the idea of her being like this figure to the Doctor, and especially to this Doctor, because this Doctor is, I think, quite vulnerable.
Yeah.
I think she's a really good antagonist to the 13th Doctor. Like the idea of this like abusive mother figure of the universe, because it's basically a foil for what the 13th Doctor is supposed to be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, spoilers, she's gone now.
Yeah, they totally waste her. Because they kill her, and then we get Spawn and Azur, who are way less interesting villains than she was.
I know, she can't even get, like, a redemption. You can't even do anything with her now. She's gone.
I know.
Like, how do you...
I don't want to see her get...
back?
I didn't want to see her get redemption. I wanted to see her get, like, retribution visited on her.
Okay.
She needed karma to come to her.
I don't know, but clearly, like, the Doctor cared about her. So, nothing bad, I guess, would have happened.
Yeah, but that's just...
Not of, like, the Doctor's
That's
hand.
just the Doctor's baseline compassion for all life. The Doctor, by that standard, the Doctor cared about Davros.
Yeah.
It's just general compassion that the Doctor will always have, and I was glad to see that in this one, actually. That's what I'm saying. Like, I liked all the Tecteun stuff.
I hate the camera angles. I'm sorry to cut you off there.
No, they were Garbo. I agree with you,
about,
actually.
That scene when Swarm and Azur come in, and they do their weird sex faces. They just make love to the camera.
Oh yeah, they really do. They really do. It's very strange.
Yeah, it's really, really awkward looking. And you know what? It's a shame too, because I think we saw like a behind the scenes thing of like their costumes and like how much went into everything, and all we see is like the neck up.
I know, it's very true.
And it's just straight on, them looking right into the camera. It's like, why are we doing this? Like, why is it gotta be so obviously like, we're villains, we're getting off on this?
Oh.
Yeah, like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, we got it.
I think it's really crazy to me that when we first met Swarm and Azur, I love them. They were such a strong presence. They were so like new and fresh, and like I'm already sick of them.
Yeah, I'm done with them.
I'm really disappointed that they're gonna be like the finale villains. To be honest, I wish the hit had ended with Tecteun snapping her fingers and then bursting into flames.
Yeah, she had like.
Imagine if she was just like you've outlived your usefulness. I don't need you anymore. Your part in this experiment has concluded. Goodbye. I'd much rather have that character, because that character was better acted, had more stuff you could do emotionally with conflict with the Doctor.
Yeah.
And was the one who was actually behind all of this.
I know.
So.
Well, we'll see in the next one. I think we should just talk about the end of the episode.
Go for it.
And then kind of just wrap up
I think that's a good idea.
So I can't remember if this is the end of the episode, but it is in my mind. When
Right, so this isn't so much the end of the episode as the point where you mentally tuned out.
Yeah, when Vinder and Di meet up in the passenger. When does that happen? When does that happen?
Not right at the end, I know that. It's a while left.
I don't know why I feel like that's the end.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Go for it. What do you want to say?
Yeah, I guess I'll just talk about it then. I think it's very stupid. I think that he should have met other people. We should have seen a little bit of what it was like to be in a passenger, because when we saw Di before, she was all reaching out and she's like, I can't see anything, oh no, where am I, and everything. And when Vinder gets there, it's like almost like an ethereal...
It's like Olympus in the Clash of the Titans movie.
It's like they're up in the clouds, and it doesn't really seem much like a prison. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be. It would just kind of be like a limbo, and maybe that's what it's representing. But I don't like that he immediately meets her. They both just accept that, okay, they're friends now. And Di suddenly has so much character development that she says that... Hold on.
Oh yeah, she's Ripley now all of a sudden.
Yeah, she's got scores to settle with this lot.
I love that she's suddenly a hard ass, like, out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's so wild.
When we saw her last, she was just all scared and, oh no, where are you? I need some man to save me. And now it's just like, oh, I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna have to do it.
Yeah, I got this.
I have 2 more points to make.
Okay.
Do you have any more? Do you have any more? Just so we can work out.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Like hurt
so my 2 points to make. Number one, one's a small one, one's a big one.
Okay.
Okay. The small one I have to make is that the division. Oh no, they're just division, right? Because they're hipsters. They're like Prince, right? Okay, division are a bunch of losers. They're a bunch of scrubs. And I'll tell you for why.
Tell me for why.
The reason why, I'll tell you for why, is because if they were supposed to be engineering and facilitating, like, the construction of a universe where there are civilizations who don't work are, like, made to work, why Daleks? Why Cybermen? Why Daemons? Why Weeping Angels? Why all of these things? Why is the Cthulhu mythos, like, active in the Doctor Who universe? And I know you know that, Chris Chibnall, because you're drawing so much from all these different novels. If there's this big, immensely powerful organization that's, like, pulling all the shadows, you know, kind of like a little bit like Faction Paradox, right?
Yeah.
Then why is the universe always in chaos? And you can't tell me, oh, it's because of the Doctor, because we had, like, 8 seasons exploring that idea. We're done with it.
Yeah, I know.
You need more. You need... Unless you're going to have there be, like, serious consequences and deeply explore that, and let's be honest, it's too fucking late for that.
Yes, it is.
Don't do it. Don't do it, okay? Alright, the final point, the Division are terrible. They're really, really bad, like, villains. They're really, really bad at what they do at their jobs. They suck. Tecteun is cool, but they suck. The other, like, big point I wanted to make, as we know, the 13th Doctor's era in general has been kind of characterized by what I would call oomph moments.
All right, expand on that.
All right, so moments where the show, so I hate using the word woke because, like, I'm progressive and I think it's dumb.
Yeah.
But, okay, this era is not progressive because every time they have an opportunity to, like, make a political point, they either bumble it or accidentally make, like, a really, really conservative point. Like, the system is not the problem, throwing the master to the Nazis, starving the spiders is more humane than just killing them quickly.
Yeah.
Or just herding them into the TARDIS and letting them live somewhere where they can actually survive, but no one thought doing that. But here's the thing with this one, right? It's just something that 13 says. It's, like, really minor, okay?
Yeah.
But it has really, really weird ramifications.
Oh, yeah, I know what... Okay.
Okay, at one point she says that because of the Flux destroying planets and galaxies, interesting scaling there, because of the Flux destroying planets and galaxies, there are displaced creatures who will target the Earth. Now, the thing with that is that it implies that there's the life in the universe is on, like, a two-tier system in the Doctor's moral frame, right? There are things that look like humans and act like humans, and those are people. And then there are things that don't look like humans or act like humans, and those are creatures. And the life of a human is more valuable than the life of a creature, isn't it?
It's a hot take.
I know. And here's the thing, right? Here's where it gets dark.
Oh no.
Here's where it gets real fucking dark, right? Okay. Okay, here's where it gets real messed up. Okay, you know the Lupari?
Yeah.
The Lupari.
The all-northern Luparis?
Right, yeah, the all-northern Lupari. That was fun. But yeah, okay. Stay on target.
Yeah.
The Luparis, who have a genetic obligation as a species to put their lives on the line to serve humanity. The Lupari, who are an anthropomorphic mix of a dog and a person. You might call that a creature. You might notice that they are all expected to sacrifice themselves for the sake of us, even though we are clearly way dumber than them and way inferior to them in every way, because the Lupari are the goodest of boys. So, like, that's my thing. This episode was real messed up if you look at, like, that tiny little detail, and I think that that's going to be, like, the yikes moment of this one. And that's just the one thing I wanted to kind of make as my last point.
Okay.
Because, yeah, I predict that being discussed a few times.
Yeah, we'll have to look out for it.
Yeah, we will. This has been us, Imzadi Podcast. If you like what we do, then if you're listening to us on Spotify, then listen to all of our other stuff because it's great. Yeah. If you're listening to us on YouTube, then like and subscribe, and please. I guess it's a bell, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do the belly thing. And you should check out our own Doctor Who audio drama series, Something Blue Doctor Who.
Yeah.
We got lots of cool stuff in that. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
I play the Doctor, the 42nd Doctor.
I play Nora.
It's pretty good.
I'm the companion.
And this has been a fun time.
Yeah, it sure has. We'll catch you on the next one.
Imzadi Podcast. Signing out.
Off.
I said out. She said out.
Oh no.
No, we were gonna
Now we're gonna have to record the whole thing over.